Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. How y'all doing? How was everyone today? I know y'all is look. I be like, I'm not gonna stay gone for long. I'm gonna come out every day and then I go away. Okay. But it was my birthday weekend and I was relaxing and having a good time. And then I was busy at work, okay? But we are here today on this good old Wednesday. Happy hump day to everyone. If you are in the path of the snow blizzard on its way, I know I think they said Texas and Kentucky, Georgia, and some of the down south states will be getting, astronomical amounts of snow, which y'all not built for. I hope y'all are all somewhere bunkering and hunkering down, getting your supplies ready, and being as safe can be, okay? But we are here to have a good old conversation about all the things that was going on while I wasn't here, okay? Please make sure to like and subscribe. Okay, it's always greatly appreciated and whatnot. Okay, it helps when I disappear for 4 or 5 days and y'all still liking and commenting and stuff. Okay, we had a live for my birthday on Friday. Okay, y'all see, I had to put Tasha K head on Tokyo Tony's body because I couldn't find no other good picture of Tasha K, so I had to do a head switcheroo. Okay, I just had to do what I could do, or whatever. Because I'm my girl, I can't find no good picture of Tasha K that she not at the damn microphone or whatever. I said, girl, just use Tokyo Tony's thing. Did you Tokyo Tony's picture and Tasha K's head? It's okay. It'll be fine. Okay, so if you did not watch the birthday live that we had on Friday, my actual 44th birthday, I turned 44 on Friday. Thank you all for all the birthday wishes, the birthday love, the birthday PayPals, the birthday Cash Apps, the birthday super chats. I appreciate the love y'all give to me. Okay. And again, there's other content up, okay, on the channel. Go watch it and stuff. But today we are here for these people. When I tell y'all I had to make this thumbnail out of thin air, okay, out of thin air. Because I said, you know, it ain't not another. Okay, they not near another picture of these people together in the colors that match. And I had to make Tamar ass be the brightest pink because she ain't got no pictures out either. Okay, but I'm here. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hello, y'all, how y'all doing? How was everyone? Girl, I had to put on my pajamas. Okay, I had to put on my pajamas, but cause my face looked dry, child. I didn't do a facial today because we had a blizzard. It's blizzard weather here in Michigan. It's very, 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 very cold here. And on top of the coldness, we also have snow. And I mean like a couple inches. And I'm like, I don't look, I like inches, but not with snow. Okay. I can't see with my glasses. Girl, hold on. Hold on, y'all gotta find my glasses. Girl, where my glasses at? Where my purse at? I gotta find stuff. I don't know what I can do. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Because y'all know. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Let's hope my glasses is in the glasses case. Because I'm like, why can't I see that well? Why my vision ain't all that good? It's because I don't have my glasses on, okay? Now I feel like I can read. Okay, my glasses in my purse, and I forgot. Anyway, what was I saying, y'all? We got snow and inches. I don't like inches with snow, like inches and penises. But either way I go. Okay. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? my throat dry. Hold on. I don't want to choke. I'm playing. Again, y'all, please make sure to like, comment, share. Okay, if you hear and you have fingers, you know, pop a little hello in here. Okay, little hey Jaylee, hey JayBirds, how y'all doing? I miss y'all. I was going to go live yesterday, and I got aggravated at work and had to cuss people out. Y'all see, I'm also gonna start posting like little 4 or 5 minute clips of things. I'm gonna post a clip tomorrow about me and my edible. Okay, some issues I had with FedEx. So that will be up tomorrow. This is some life, Jaylee's life. Little, not too much, because I'm proud. Okay, but a little stuff. My bone looks so weird. But little stuff that I think y'all will find enlightening about me and what's going on. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy on the thumbnail because I was worried. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, can I find it? Because I'm saying, look, Chris Brown with a beard. Okay, y'all know Nicki Minaj ain't got no good photos. So I'm happy it was great. Because I was like, what am I going to do, girl? What am I going to do around here? Give me whatever. My fingers freezing. Okay. My son graduated. Oh, congrats to the son and the graduation of the Marines. Congrats. Okay. World on my shoulders. Yeah. Okay. Thank y'all for the happy belated birthday stuff. Child, I was at work. Yeah. And I was like, I gotta talk. I gotta say this. And I'm like, girl, just say it. I just say it. Just say what happened without divulging any work information, without divulging where I work. So I'm gonna do more of those little things. Okay, I can't wait to tell y'all about the FedEx issues I had and me and the damn gummy. Child, the effects of the gummy I had on Friday compared to the gummy I had on Saturday, it was called girl. I said, what is going on? Oh my god. Okay. So that will be up probably tomorrow morning. Get it to be like, 4-5, it's like 4-5 minute little, you know what I'm saying, stuff and whatnot. Okay. But I'm like, what's going on? But again, hello everybody. Okay, hello to y'all. Okay, hello to the people. Thank you for the happy belated birthday post as well. Okay. Look, the only reason I picked a good picture of Tamar is because it's the only picture of Tamar in pink. I could not find one of her in white. And I kind of didn't want the women, I kind of wanted the girls to all be in pink. I knew I could find white other men's or whatever. So trust me, if I could have found a shady picture of Tamar, and I'd have time to, if I would have looked long enough, I probably could have found a shady one, but I stopped looking. Stop looking. Okay, but again, hey again. I hope everyone is good and having a good time. Child, staying warm, staying safe. It was 100-car pile up here in Michigan, up by Grand Rapids. Okay, the weather is crazy here. Okay, we got like I think like what in my area like 4. But in Michigan, you have the Upper Peninsula and then us down here. Okay, there's child. This is my new outfit. This is my new little 2-piece set from Torrid, little fleece set, and I got shorts to it too. And because I ain't got no lotion on my legs, I'm ashy. That's why I'm not gonna try my shorts. But again, I like this. I like it. It's so soft and warm. But no, the up north gets much more snow. So like if we only get like 4 inches of snow, they're getting 8. So in my area, we got 4 inches of snow, but it hit so quick and it's so cold, girl. And then the salt trucks and the plows, did not have time to work the streets in the things right now in Macomb County and Warren. They had a little snow emergency, so they like everybody get the cars off the streets. We plowing everything because it's too much snow. Now we also getting Arctic chill weather, like really really cold. These next couple of days it's supposed to be like in the double negatives on Saturday. So again, Michigan, we get really really cold, and we do get snow. However, usually if it's really really cold, we don't usually get snow with it. You know what I'm saying? And we get hit. It's a double dose. It's like I can't. It's too much. It's too much. Okay. So I don't want any more snow. I don't. I don't mind the cold weather. I don't mind. I can deal with negative 15 degree weather. I can deal with that. But when it's snowing, I can't because it's too cold for the salt to work. It's cold, it's snowy, it's icy. I'm like, bitch, okay, it's too much around here. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. I want it to be over. Again, because I'm hearing about the worst snow hitting like down south. Again, states and cities that don't get snow. Like we get snow and cold every year. We're used to it. We hate it. We complain every year. We complain every season, but we ain't leaving. Okay. But Texas, Georgia, Kentucky, they're not used to getting pummeled with an Arctic blast of snow and all that stuff. So I feel bad for them. So I'm hoping everyone will stay safe around these streets or whatever. And yeah. Not too excited. I'm so excited. I'm not. I posted on IG today. I was like the same because people say, why you live in Michigan and complain? Because I want to. So the people don't get Michiganders. We love Michigan. We do. We only get bad weather from like the end of December until around February. So to be, it's the same as Louisiana in hurricane season. You know what I'm saying? The people who live in California who get them wildfires. You know what I'm saying? Meaning every once in a while you have this horrible weather thing that happens to you. You hope it don't be that bad, but it can be, it would be. But like people in Louisiana who have the hurricanes, they don't leave, they stay and just deal with it. It's the same here. If you have hurricanes, tornadoes, floods in these other states that happens on a regular, you deal with it, but you still complain. You still hate it. So we hate the snow, but we don't leave. We're still here. Okay. Now I also feel like I'm sorry. Look, because I was chilling over the couple days, I was seeing what's going on, but I said I have to get into it. I have to cuss her ass out. I work in a store in the South and said this. Yes, I heard. I was like, when I was on TikTok and it was like a news anchor or whatever, and she was like, go get your foods. Okay, go get your drinks and your water. Get some wine, some liquor, some condoms because someone's gonna get pregnant. Go protect yourself as best you can. Okay. And I said, please do. Please do. Okay. I still have it. When I cuss people out at work professionally, I never get in trouble. Look, I have been in my job. This will be my 11th year, and I have a reputation that for a while was more, oh my God, she's so mean. And that has transferred into Jaylee's not mean, but she is I'm a very matter of fact person. So I'm gonna give you a straight answer and that's it. And if we're not friends, I'm not going like ha 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 with you. And now they realize when it's about the work, it's about the work. So they know if they do something wrong and I have to check their asses, it's gonna be a tone to it. Only because there's no reason any of this shit should be happening. This is only happening because you didn't do something that you were supposed to do, and now that gives me the leeway. Okay, it opens up the floodgates for me to to go off. You know what I'm saying? So that's the great thing is that when I have to check people professionally in writing in front of folk, because I said what I said, I never do it in the way that will make me look bad or get me in trouble. I'm like, well, I told y'all this then. I warned you about this then. You didn't send me not nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I have my job. I have my job. Hey, how you doing? I'm sorry, girl. That's just my friend, y'all. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, we good. We good. Okay. Yeah, I was at work talking. I was at my desk. Like these motherfuckers here got me fucked up. Okay. I had to do it quick. We at the location, we have multiple locations. One of my staff covers the front desk for lunch and whatever. The person who's over this front desk lady, in my opinion, if the front desk lady won't be there for a whole day, you should be the one to figure out whatever. And if my employee tells me, hey, so-and-so isn't here, what's going on? And her boss said, oh, yeah, she called out this morning. I don't care. Okay, fine. And I said, okay, cool. So who's covering the front desk? Because my person leaves at this time. They can't stay past this time. Who's covering? Oh, I don't know. She's leaving at 2:00. So I hope you get it figured out. Because if we can cover up until 2, you should be able to cover up until 5. Thank you. Have a great day. ... Bitch. And I left it, girl. So again, I'm always, what I'm saying. But again, It's fine. Okay. I'm still calculating down for child Mega Minaj. Okay. It's getting on all of my nerves. Right. All the pink. I'm in pink. Okay. Hold on. They're in pink. Okay. It's a very lovely. It's a snow. I think the snow outside might be pink. I'm not sure. But yes, I wanted to come back in a very festive. I'm in a great mood. I had a good little nap today. Um, had some good food. I had some really good ice water. Okay, it's been a lovely day. It's like one or two things that I'm waiting to happen the rest of the evening, and I can go to bed happy. Okay, but yes. Anyway, I like it too. Yeah. But yeah, I'm saying hello, 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 hello. Um, no, don't, no, no. Mm-mm. We should be done with snow. We really need to be done with snow. Okay, I don't like it anymore. It gets on my nerve. I don't like it. It don't like me. It should go away. Okay, forever. I said we are having a. I said we are having Alaska, Antarctica. What did I say to him? It was wrong. I said maybe I said cold as something. What did I say? Because I was like, it's some bullshit. But I also called the weather we're having here, like Atlanta. It was I can't find it. I didn't say so much stuff today. It was who knows because it's child whatever. But yeah, even I said yes, we have like Alaska, Antarctica, and I said something else type of weather here. What would Detroit be without snow? Amazing. It'd be amazing. I would want it to snow on days I don't have to leave the house. Okay. But waking up and seeing snow covered, wind blowing, you can't see, it's cold outside, you're hot because your air conditioning, your heat is on. It's too much. If Detroit did not have snow, I would still love it. I still would. Again, I just feel like when it's snowing and it's a little blizzard, I think, excuse me, every building, every business should close for a couple hours. Give the street people, the trucks time to clear the streets. My rule of life, I don't drive in snow. If it's actively snowing, I'm not driving because if I crash my car, who's going to buy me a new one? No, I'm gonna buy myself. If I die, what happens that I'm not driving to work and then die in a snowstorm because I got my laptop at home, you know? But again, we don't mind the snow if we don't have to drive nowhere. Okay. But again, how y'all doing? Hello to everybody. T inside that. Okay. I want to get to the stuff. Okay, to the stuff. Okay. What now? Now who did first of all, first of all, I have called that man many names. Okay, I've called that man plenty of names over the 30, 80,000 years I've known him. I never called that man daddy. That's if I ever called him daddy, he would look at me like I was a goddamn fool. He would probably look around for his kids. Like, what the fuck calling me daddy? That's no you didn't. Anyway, yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Let's get into the things that we have to get into. Okay, because I was saving stuff. I was being proactive in saving things. I was making sure to make things make sense a little bit, okay? Because I did not want to be like, now what happened? It's been so much stuff that happened. I don't know what has happened and whatever. So y'all know first things first, we have some crazy topics, okay? Other things, okay? Because everybody around here be doing some weird stuff. People in life, people around the corner that you may know. folks you may not know. Okay. Now, I was like, who said? I said, no, who said that? I said, no, who said that? I look, I don't know why y'all don't be believing me when I tell y'all that man is just my friend. Oh, I said, thank you. I said Alaska, Antarctica ice age. It was the ice of the age. I didn't remember what it was. Thank you for letting me know. Sure, Jan. Sure, Jan. Sure. Okay. Look, that is a grown, single, handsome man. Y'all want him? Y'all want him? Y'all can have him. You gonna give him back? That is a grown, single man. I'm a grown, single woman. I'm just saying. That's all. And his name was him. I would never. That's the. Ugh. He would. I might get punched in the face. Well, not abuse all of that. Anyway, let's get to the things around here. That happened with people. Okay, and stuff. See, here you go. See, he's y'all want him? You can have him. Okay. Take him. Take care of him. Okay. Wait, hold on. He's thankful for aunties. Leave Greenland alone. What? Is that my Gregory? What's Gregory? Not from Abbott Elementary, child. No, he is not my Gregory. He's a him. That's it. He is a him who I have known for 30 years, maybe 40, because I'm 44. Am I? Damn, I'm 44 now, y'all. I can't say 43 no more. Oh God. Anyway, again, the things going on with people. Y'all, they said they stormed Jamal Bryant Church. Now, first of all, you can't be storming churches. Now, I wish I could have found the footage, but I didn't find the footage. They said shocking video, which I don't know what the video at. Okay, you'll burn. I'm like, why you gonna burn? Now, Pastor Jamal Bryant, okay, of the Everlasting Church of, I'm not gonna say that, of Peoples. There was a man filmed unleashing a loud, disruptive rant aimed at Pastor Dr. Jamal Bryant during the service. The footage was circulated wide. Why couldn't I find the footage? Let me Google it. Because I feel like if somebody ran up in the church cussing out Jamal Bryant, I just feel like somebody should see it. I just I'm surprised I didn't see it nowhere else. I can't find that man's name. Because I'm like, was it a black man? Was it a white man? Was it an Asian man? Was it a homosexual man? What kind of man was it? Was it an armed man? I'm Googling it, man. I don't even see. So did it really happen? They sometimes say if ain't no footage, it ain't really happen. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have footage, okay, of somebody putting pressure on you at the pulpit saying, hey, I'm going to get your ass and whatnot, did it really happen? Okay, but they said the man could be heard screaming at Dr. Bryant, call him a wicked dog, okay, before members of security remove the man, get out of here, get away from me, Satan, is probably what they said to that man. Get out of here, wicked dog. Witnesses on site told local outlets the situation lasted several minutes before anyone intervened. And that's something else. Nobody should be able to run up in a place, disrupt shit for 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes, and no one intervenes. It was a white pastor. Hmm. But why is he a wicked dog? Okay. Because it was a chaotic, intense scene. They were taken aback by the disturbance or whatever. That it was not stopped sooner. It took way too long. Like I would be scared. Okay. In a brief statement, reps for New Birth Baptist Church, ecclesiasticals of the Atlantis said the safety of both visitors and members is the top priority and that they continually assess security protocols. If that man was able to get up in there and yell and cuss for several minutes, y'all should fire security. Okay? You'll burn, you wicked dog. A wicked dog. That's different. Boom. Texas father charged with murder because he mistaken an Amazon manager as his daughter's kidnap her. Now, this is the thing you have to pay attention. Okay, you have to pay attention because you can't be reacting too quickly to kill people because you should be sure that the person is actually the person that deserves to be dead. So the death of 25-year-old Desmond Butler continues to haunt the San Antonio area because more information came out. Okay, they said was intended to be a simple act of workplace kindness ended in a nightmare that left the family grieving and the father behind bars. Okay, the incident happened on a Thursday afternoon when a 39-year-old Jonathan Ross Mata witnessed his 19-year-old daughter getting into a vehicle driven by Butler. Now this thing one, if you see your child get in a car, start asking questions before you start shooting. Okay. Per investigation, the daddy was under the mistaken impression his daughter was being abducted. Okay. The daddy thought my 19-year-old daughter has been abducted. I do not have time to call 911. I don't have time to chase the car. I do not have time to do anything except pull out my fire, okay, and pop, pop, pop. Okay, again, he did not call 911. He took matters in his own hands, pursuing the car in what witnesses described as a high-speed chase through a residential area. Okay, he was acting on pure adrenaline and complete misunderstanding of the situation. It was too late because what he pop, 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 popped at the car. And this is my thing. You could have killed your daughter. When I watch all of the um cop shows, hold on, y'all. When I watch the cop shows, when someone is being taken and there's a victim in the area, they don't shoot because you don't want the victim. So again, the daddy thought the man was kidnapping his daughter. Okay, chased the car down, high speed chase, shooting at the car that his daughter is in. Okay, however, the victim, who is now dead, okay, 25-year-old Desmond Butler, was actually the girl's manager at work. Okay, the manager. They worked at Amazon, the fulfillment center. The teen had to reach out to him for a ride after shift, a common occurrence because of the staff at the place, whatever. His brother drove the team toward her destination. The daddy pulled along the vehicle and fired multiple rounds in the car. Why are you shooting at the car that your child is in? For what? And for why? Okay, why would that happen? How could that happen? What if you killed your daughter? So while I understand, you know, okay, while I understand your fear that something is happening to your child, you then damn near killed your own child to get her back. I'm confused. That's weird to me. Okay, again, it was her manager who pull up and they start shooting multiple rounds to a car that their daughter is in. Okay. Butler was struck and died on the scene. The teenager, his daughter, was physically unharmed, but she was again left deeply traumatized. Okay. First of all, if you put, I'm suing you, the gun company, your car company, your car, all of that. I'm showing everybody. You didn't kill my child because he was giving your daughter a ride. Okay. Happy birthday, North. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. You know, you pow and just all willy nilly. And if you caught up to the car, shoot out the tires. Why not shoot out the tires so that your daughter can get away? Why would you choose to shoot up the car? To me, in this situation, the daddy was wrong. Okay, because you literally killed an innocent person. Okay, and your daughter traumatized. Okay, traumatized around this beach. Okay, I had this twice on here. I didn't want to have it twice. Oh, is that the footage?
Now we're getting the backstory. Police say a couple was trying to help their daughter, who reported being abused and chased after the vehicle they thought she was in. Unfortunately, turned out to be the wrong one. And today, the father who opened fire was arrested for murder.
That's the same man.
ABC 13's Mo Hyder is live for us. He spoke with the victim's sister about the arrest. Mo, what did she tell you?
Now this is same. Hold on now, hold on. I'm not correct. That's the same man, right? Now this is a ball alert from 4 days ago. Okay, that's the same man right there. Okay, this right here. He's the same person, right? Same name. Okay, wait a minute.
I showed you the video earlier this month, and now we're getting the backstory. Police say a couple was trying to help their daughter, who reported being abused and chased after the vehicle they thought she was in. Unfortunately, turned out to be the wrong one. And today, the father who opened fire was arrested for murder. ABC 13's Mo Hyder is live for us. He spoke with the victim's sister about the arrest. Mo, what did she tell you?
Well, Erica, she lives all the way in Atlanta. She says the most devastating part about all of this is knowing the fact that she lost her brother to a situation he had nothing to do with.
Like, I was just devastated. I was just, how could somebody do this to my brother?
Not on Christmas morning.
My brother.
Tomorrow marks 3 weeks since Desmond Butler was killed in Southwest Houston, and his sister Destiny, who shared these pictures with ABC 13, was hundreds of miles away in her Atlanta home, desperately wondering who was responsible for taking her 24-year-old brother's life.
No way. He's not that person. I couldn't wrap my mind around it.
Investigators say it was this man, Jonathan Mata, who they say went to HPD on Monday, confessing to shooting Butler. It happened a little after 1 on Christmas morning at this gas station on Bel Air Boulevard and West Sam Houston Parkway.
I just know Christmas will never be the same because I'm the only sibling left. So I don't have my brother. It's just me now.
Surveillance video shows Butler in this SUV driving past Mata and his wife in this black GMC Acadia. According to court documents, the couple told detectives they got a call from their 19-year-old daughter claiming she was assaulted by her boyfriend, and they plan to meet her at this gas station. Police say Mata told them they believe their daughter was in Butler's vehicle. You can see Mata's wife running after Butler's SUV and grab at the back passenger door as he drives away. Just seconds later, Mata gets out and starts firing a gun. According to police, Butler was hit in the head and back and crashed into a pole at a nearby parking lot. Afterwards, according to investigators, Mata opened the door and realized his daughter wasn't in there. Police say a passenger in Butler's vehicle told them Mata opened the door and said something to the effect of, quote, "Oh, we're looking for our kidnapped daughter. I'm sorry. We'll call 911," then drove away.
See, yeah, life. Okay, life, no parole, ass shots while he in prison, because that's too much to be doing without having any real information. You know what I'm saying? That's now again, the daughter said, "Hey dad, somebody beat me up, blah blah blah, cool." But you started firing at a car. This all what if it was a oh Lord. Lock his ass up. Okay? Lock his ass up. Now the fact that he was released on 50K bond is crazy. Okay, crazy. Go at the courts on February 25th. Child, now I'm upset. You mother. Okay, what? Again, prison for life. Okay, mama, she did it. She looked familiar. A mom has been sentenced after caught in 2 false bomb threats over her daughter's school play ban. And why would she do that? That was stupid. Why would she? A woman was facing jail time after she reportedly caught in 2 false bomb threats at her daughter's school. The child was barred from participating in a school play. So because your child could not be in a school play, you called in bomb threats? Like, why? That don't even make no sense. Krista Royster, 42 years old, was sentenced to 18 months of probation with the first 14 days to be served in the jail in Macomb County. She was also pleaded Class A impulse control because if you child, first of all, I feel like if you call in a bomb threat, they're gonna trace your phone call. They're gonna trace it back to you. That's part one. Part two, bitch, why? A bomb threat. She also was notified of school whenever she enters the campus. Okay, she's prohibited from contacting any victims connected to the incidents. She was charged back in March 25 after making 2 separate bomb threats to the Lakeshore High School in St. Clair Shores. The threats were made after she learned her daughter had been removed from a school play. It's enforced the evacuation of more than 700 people, a large response team, local law enforcement, emergency teams. They figured out that she called it in as retaliation. The girl was reportedly barred from the play after she became unwell and left early. So, bitch, your daughter is sick. Okay, your daughter was sick, so she could not be in the play. And bitch, your decision was to call in a bomb threat. Scare all the kids' parents, because I can imagine you get a phone call, hey, your kid's school got a bomb threat. I'm now, is my child gonna blow up? Oh my God. Your old tackhead ass is upset because your child got sick and couldn't sing and couldn't dance and nothing. But girl, get your oldie back. Again, I don't know what's wrong with people. Okay, because who would call in a...
It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
Because that's dumb. That's dumb. And now you can't go on school grounds without someone knowing you're coming. And your child probably embarrassed. Now, this is, crazy shit. Okay, where I feel like this is an example of you getting hurt because of other people's toxic situation. Okay, Florida man was arrested for Florida for the murder. Okay, fatally shot the girlfriend, his ex-girlfriends, and quickly entered the coworker because why he got broken up with. Men, people, not just men, people who can't accept it's over now, move over, it's over now, move over, the game's shut down, sorry, move on.
Cruel and evil. That's how the Bradenton police chief describes Keith Roberts Jr., who's accused of walking into a Bradenton medical lab yesterday and shooting 2 women. Police say one of the women was Robert's ex-girlfriend. She died and her co-worker was seriously injured.
Fox 13's Kimberly Cuizon tonight has some new details about the suspected shooter and his motive.
Those who witnessed what happened inside this medical lab office off of 4th Avenue Circle East in Brainton will never forget it.
This man's a terrorist. He terrorized those people's lives.
Brainton Police Chief Josh Kramer says Keith Roberts Jr. entered the lab on Thursday afternoon, armed with a shotgun and handgun. Inside, his ex-girlfriend, Michaela Burnham, was working at a desk.
Directly opened fire at point-blank range, closer than you and I likely are right now, with a shotgun. Multiple times, some of it hitting the other victim who was at just an adjoining desk. That's how close it was that the blast hit her too.
BPD said,
first of all, he looked crazy. Okay, he looked crazy. Second of all, it's always horrible when you're just at work, minding your business. You know what I'm saying? At your desk. And somebody, your coworkers, crazy person comes in and now your life is affected because he was too crazy enough to let her go. So now your coworker did. I'm also injured and I'm also traumatized.
Roberts was a security guard at Manatee Memorial Hospital. He and Burnham were in a long-term dating relationship, which recently ended. The shooting left Burnham dead and her coworker fighting for her life.
Was shot multiple times. I mean, shotgun blast and handgun blasts. She's lucky to be alive. Really is, and we're all praying for her to safe recovery.
Brainton police say Roberts took off in his car, but a description of the vehicle led to his arrest less than 20 minutes after the shooting. And Brainton police say he made statements which indicated he knew why he was being stopped.
Those witnesses are heroes. They stood up and said, "I know information on this."
Yes.
Roberts showed little emotion from jail as he faced a judge during his first appearance Friday. He will remain here until a pretrial detention hearing, charged with first-degree murder and attempted murder. Burnham was a mother. At 29, her life was taken too soon.
The cruelty and the evil that Keith Roberts portrayed yesterday can never be forgiven.
From Manatee County, Kimberly Cuizon, Fox 13 News.
Cruel and evil. That's how the Bradenton police chief describes Keith Roberts.
Send his ass to prison. Forever. Because when you take it upon yourself to go to the person's job, get the weapons, and then act out the crime, you really should just go away. Okay? Forever. Hold on, I'm trying to do two things at once and make a plan for tomorrow. But again, I really need people to know when someone says no, I don't want you anymore. When someone breaks up with you, when someone just no longer wants to deal with whatever it is that you have going on, your craziness, your toxicness, whatever it may be, I just want you to know you should not go ruining anyone else's life because of it. Okay, you should not go do any of that. Not today, not ever. Because you've now ruined your life, you've now ruined the person you killed life, their family life, and the co-worker is what child again prison forever. Lock his ass up. Okay, people is insane. It's weird. Y'all, why are these elephants killing people? Okay, they say chaos in a small town in India. A killer elephant is on the loose, following a rampage and left 22 people dead in 10 days. Now, first of all, I'm like, elephants are killers? But is the elephant a killer because it killed 22 people, or was it a killer before it killed the people? Like, are there like random elephants walking around the Serengeti, okay, that are killers? Or are they labeled killer elephants after they kill the people? And this is my thing. elephants are not in like regular areas. You don't have random elephants at the store. Okay, I would not see an elephant just walking down 8 Mile. Okay, most elephants who live in the wild or live, in their habitat or whatever, they are in their home. And if you come in my house where I live and you bother me, I'ma probably kill you. Just saying. So if people are going to where these elephants live and bothering them, okay, I don't feel bad that the elephant killed the people. I don't. If a fly in my house, you have to die because you came inside my house. If you outside, I'm not bothering you. That's your house. You live out there. So when I see people who are invading animals' habitats and animals' home spaces and animals, you know what I'm saying, where they be at, you can't call them a killer elephant. Okay? When you went into their jungle, within their trees, okay, their watering hole, and you bothered, first of all, there should never be that many people near the elephant. Elephants, they not hunting down people at all. Yeah, I remember the elephant who killed the lady a couple times. Leave animals alone. That's why I don't like animals. I feel let animals be in their own place. You would never, I would never be mauled by a tiger, a lion, an alligator, a big ass anaconda snake, an elephant, because I'm not going where they are freely roaming, because all it takes is one iota of y'all getting on my nerve. Y'all in my house. I'm gonna stomp y'all to death. And now I'm dead. Okay. So it's like, what do you want me to do? Okay. What do you want me to do? So leave them alone. Okay. Technically, the elephant was probably defending their home. Okay. I don't see no huts, no buildings, no habitats there for the people to live. Y'all seem like y'all in the area. Y'all probably are elephant watching them. Hey, elephant, look this way, child. They're wild animals at home. Leave them be. If you die, well, then you shouldn't have been over there. Dumb people do dumb things and go to prison. Atlanta nurse jailed behind bars because she was caught smuggling weed in American Deli to her inmate boyfriend and was hiding the contraband in her private. Girl, look, I get it. You love Ray Ray. Okay? You love Lil Daryl. Okay, you love Henry. Okay, you love Gary. Okay, you love Dada and them. Okay, however, once all of your men's gets locked up, you should never risk your safety, your freedom to bring them shit in prison. Now, she was a nurse. Okay, now she locked up for smuggling. Okay, why? Because she was smuggling shit into the place for her boyfriend. Okay, Naomi Marie Anthony, 34 years young, worked as a contracted nurse at the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta. Okay, she was reportedly seen an inmate, Antoine McCray, and she was smuggling items in and hunching, not fucking in prison. Not fucking that man in the prison, girl. In the county, and I told y'all I think the weirdest establishment I've ever, had relations was in a hospital. My boyfriend at the time was in a hospital because he had like blood issue. Like he was like, was he hemophilia? Some was blood. I think 20 years ago. And he was in the hospital because of his blood disorder. And he wanted some sex. So and it was a nice room. It was a Henry Barker downtown. Nice room. We just went, and because we did not want the doctors to see us, we had sex in the bathroom. Whatever. Okay. So, but he was a patient at the hospital. That's not illegal. You can have sex at the hospital. You can have sex, whatever. But you should not be having sex on the job at the prison. That's just stupid. Okay, so you're smuggling and hunching while on the clock. Okay, a fellow nurse in the jail found a note that read, "Bring in weed, food, put in trash for inmates, sex in the nurse station." McCray Antoine Fetty, BK 2407249. Nurse Anthony paid her $13,000 through $1,300. So was she selling pussy? The nurse told their supervisor, because she's a snitch. Because look, if I find out my coworker on some fuck shit, I don't want nothing to do with it. It's not my business. Okay? It ain't my business. So I would throw it away. I don't care. So the nurse snitched. Okay, and because the nurse snitched, a whole investigation. Then through surveillance cameras, it was revealed that Anthony and another inmate met inside the nurse's station. Then the inmate walked out with someone concealed under the clothes. The inmate then slid the container under a door for the inmate. Child, not the whole scene of scam got caught on camera. She was getting paid $1,300 to smuggle the stuff, purchasing stuff, all that. They found out she smuggled weed in her coochie. I'm assuming when someone's a private area, I just think coochie, because I think coochie to me, in my opinion. Okay, and I'm not an expert. Okay, I feel smuggling things is easier. Putting things in and taking things out of the vagina. Okay. But again, she was smuggling things in through a private area to avoid detection from the security machines. When confronted, she tried to lie and hide the contraband she's been smuggling, which included an iPhone. She put an iPhone in your coochie. She tried to lie and hide the contraband she'd been smuggling, which included an iPhone, but she confessed, "Bitch, I would never. I would never." The iPhone shape not even coochie size. Girl, you stretch it all out, girl. Anyway, now she locked up. Again, don't y'all be dumb. Okay, for no reason. White people doing white people stuff. A white couple who looked like they did whatever it is they said they did. Missouri woman and her boyfriend arrested. Okay, for allegedly locking the sons in a chicken pen, shooting them with BB guns, and forcing minors to have fight nights. They did it. Okay, the kids were 13 to 14 years old. So child BB guns. She's 38. That bitch look at least 50. I thought she was a grandma. Y'all, she younger than me. I'm 44. She 38. Bitch, how? It's a crack. Motherfucking crack. Okay? Again, arrest them both. But I feel, look, this is going to sound mean. I feel like people at times have a look to them. Okay? And I feel like when people look like they're helpless, when their eyes look shallow and empty, if they have children, someone go check on them kids. You want to know why? Because mom and daddy look like they on some bullshit. Okay, and I think there ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with checking to be sure. Okay, the meth parents are not out here messing with the kids. Okay, so yeah, they're in court, prison, forever, sitting there at the jail. Let's get into some regular people stuff, but y'all first take a little second, like the video, please, and thank you. Though Aaron Pierre and Tim Taylor are allegedly no longer a couple, I still like him. I still like Aaron Pierre. I like his aura and stuff. Okay. Anyway, the Drewski. I still have not watched the full Drewski skits that he did. I've watched, I think, pieces of it or whatever. But one pastor. Okay, Pastor. Oh no. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry, I had to send this text. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on. But y'all, do a little 30. Do a little 30. Okay, y'all. Let's do y'all can dance with the peoples. Okay, sorry, y'all. So I'm having, even though my complex clears the snow in the parking lot and our walkway, they don't clear the parking spaces. So I'm paying someone to clear the parking spaces I park at. So that way, because it's so much snow outside. And I'm going to just pay someone to come clean the parking spaces, put salt down, because child, we just have it. It's the same company that does my mom's snow. They're gonna do my mom's snow and then my snow to send that. Had to get focused. Anyway, again, I don't think I've seen the full Drewski skits, but I've seen enough of it to know what it's about. Pastor Mike Todd, who Drewski's dressed like, was responding to the social media banter about him and his foolishness.
There was a video that came out this past week with a few 100 million views, and some people were trying to link it to me. And so I watched the video. It was hilarious. It was funny. It was all this stuff. And then people started trying to say different things. And the thing that I was most taken aback by was how much frustration it created in people. Like I was literally watching people go back and forth with people and denounce people and call people names and do stuff. And I stepped back for a second. I said, oh my gosh. All this was an attack on people's lives of distraction.
What? I feel like Drewski's skits was not really about all pastors. You know what I'm saying? Drewski's skit to me was about pastors who do this kind of shit. Pastors who are around there shucking and jiving, you know, putting on for the cameras. I don't think it's a distraction unless you allow it to distract you. You didn't even have to respond to it. Truthfully.
Do you know how many people didn't spend time with their kids this week? Fighting with somebody they don't know in the comments? Do you know how many people watch video after video after video making decisions about what they wouldn't do and what they will do? There was a video that came out making decisions about what they wouldn't do and what they will do. And if I ever, it was there were people that did not do what God said to do this week.
God, like, now why am I in it? Let's see how it gets on this stuff. I don't understand how people like to comment on social media and viral moments in a way that is like, you see, if you're watching the YouTubes and the TikToks, you're denouncing Jesus. Okay. If you're around here watching JayLeesCorner and not watching Jesus' pulpit, okay, you're denouncing Jesus, okay? But you want people to sit up here and watch you and your antics, sir.
Because they needed to be in the know of what was happening in culture.
So, sir, if that's the case, how you know what's going on? How do you know all of this that went on? Unless you were also denouncing Jesus and watching the social medias. If you are a man of God, okay, you got too much time for you, your kids, the congregation, and Jesus. How do you even know what happened on social media? Unless you yourself was fixated on what was being said about you. What Drewski said had nothing to do with Jesus. It had everything to do with man.
And you thought it was some attack on the church. No, it was an attack on your focus.
It was an attack on your antics. Bishop Ponytail, go sit down, sir.
How you feeling, Pastor Mike? I don't even know really what happened.
Then how you talking about it? How do you have an opinion on something if you don't know what happened?
Because I've been off of social media.
Then why are you talking about it? Y'all know my rule. If I don't know what happened, I have no comment. I can't talk about what I haven't seen, read, heard, or nothing. But you made a whole of it.
I had a few people tell me what was going on. I was like, that's crazy. I don't even got a Rolls Royce. What?
But that was your outfit. Again, Drewski's skit wasn't about one person, but he made it about himself. Drewski's skit was about multiple pastors, and he just combined it all into one skit. He just happened to be wearing the clothes that you wore. That's what it really is. Mike Todd. Drewski was wearing the outfit that you wore. Hold on. Okay, he was wearing he was only showing what you wore, the Dior jacket and the bedazzled chains around your neck. Okay, everything else was pieces of other pastors' stuff that was done, but you took that upon yourself, and the people around you took that upon themselves to put it on you. And this is my thing: if people know that you not into the bullshit, they wouldn't bring it to you. Anyone who knows that you're not into all of that, that you don't really be on social media, they're not bringing you what happened on social media. They brought it to you because they know that you wanted to know about it. Because some people say, yeah, I'm not on social media, because they have people who watch it for them to bring them the bullshit. You can't fool me.
Like I didn't know. Like I like people AIing pictures and doing stuff. I said I don't remember being that big. Like I was big, but I don't remember being that big. But you know what I'm saying? Like that was kind of the vibe. But the reason I couldn't get making decisions about distracted is because I'm building something.
Are you Pastor Pointel?
The reason that I cannot be moved off of my post because what God has called me to, representing God found for transformation in Christ, that's what I'm supposed to do.
So why do you care that somebody put on your suit?
And so somebody's obsessed with what somebody made that wasn't even directly pointed at me.
Who was upset?
But it distracted them from what God told them to do.
Again, I don't know this man. I think his name from now on is Pastor Ponytail, Bishop Pastor Ponytail. But sir, you can't fool me into thinking that you had no knowledge, information, no even gut instinct to look into what Drewski said or posted. It's a reason you brought it to the pulpit. It's a reason you brought it up into the pulpit. And again, when I seen someone, what was I watching? It was someone, I can't think if it may have been Kev on Stage and Angel. And but someone said, if someone isn't talking about you, even if they're discussing the type of job you do, but you know, if someone is talking about the sexually harassing pastors of a church, but that ain't what you do, why are you offended? If someone brings up someone's job, criteria, and this pastor over here is knocking up the members. This pastor over here got a Rolls Royce and all the members is broke. This pastor here has a baby shower cathedral, okay, and a mansion. But if that pertains to you, why are you upset? Meaning, if Drewski's skit, if you ain't being carried around on a harness with Christian Louboutin shoes, if that ain't what you do, why are you offended? The most I would have said was, I'm glad you like my outfit. Now let's move on. But no, you had a whole sermon.
Distracted is because I'm building.
He combines multiple pastor antics, people who have been brought in on a harness, okay?
Stand up here, Wanda, please. Wanda told us earlier this month that she could not have a baby anymore. So I impregnated her with the word of God.
If you not impregnating the congregation, why do you care? Okay, so I just need folk to understand, Pastor Ponytail, he has a right to want to say, hey, that ain't me. That's just my outfit. And that's it. But you make it seem like, oh, folks around here being distracted from God. They too busy on a TikTok. But so are you. Distractions. Okay. The last time did I even discuss Ray J was at the hospital. I want to say this was maybe after New Year. Let me see. I think because whenever it happened, let's see, Ray the J. I feel like whenever it happened, he was in the hospital with like some heart issues or whatever, maybe pneumonia, and he was in the bed, child. Oh, please save me. Don't let me die. I want to be good. But I didn't even cover it. I didn't. So that's the last time I seen Ray J. Well, now Ray J wants to thank the people for helping him. Look, Ray J has mental issues. Ray J is a drug addict. I don't know what drugs, but no one can convince me that my opinion that Ray J be doing them drugs. Okay, I don't know if it's weed, if it's meth, if it is cocaine, if it is ecstasy. I don't know what Ray J be doing, but Ray J don't be full. Okay, you can tell by how just high he used to be looking. Okay, but he's saying he's better now.
And yo, thank y'all for all the love tonight.
See here, he look like his eyes aren't bloodshot red. He ain't sweating. He not blinking too much. His clothes look clean. He got a fresh haircut. He had a little facial. He said, I walked through a season meant to break me. Jail, sickness, silence, and loss all at once. I take full accountability for my mistakes. God still spared my life when I didn't deserve it. A long honey. My family covers me. Oh, your prayers carried me. My health forced me to put the bottle down and face myself. To the ones who love me and the ones who counted me out, thank you. I love you on God. I miss my kids so much. I will be with you soon. Eyes red, God fan, Brandy. Hold on. Every time somebody come around here with a church song vibe because you want us to believe you with Jesus now, I be like, sir, miss me with the bull stuff. Okay? Miss me with it. No. No. You don't have to make a God song to get close to God. You don't. And to me, making a God love song, you know what I'm saying? A God, oh my Jesus, I love you. I lift my hands above you. Oh my Jesus, you are my everything. When you make, church music for sympathy, it makes me feel like you want bullshit. Now, I'm not saying he may not be trying to be better, to stop drinking, to get himself some mental help, to get himself, some better. That's all possible. But you miss me when you play, I got a new song. It's called Jesus Friends. It's like, sir, no. I don't, you don't have to do that, okay? At the all. So, but Ray J wants y'all to know he's better now. I don't believe I hope and wish him well. Because I never want to be someone who I never want anyone to stay in a position of toxicness, irrational actions, violent tendencies, abusive behavior. I never want anyone to stay in that. You know what I'm saying? However, Ray J always acts like he's better. Ray J to me is like a Tamar Braxton. He's a male version of Tamar. where he wants us to believe, yeah, I know y'all saw me, act up, whatever. I'm better now. I'm going to do better. We witness you, pull a pow out around your ex-wife, your kids. You know what I'm saying? You've been spiraling for a while right there. And I do hope you're getting better. Don't bring God into it as a gimmick. You don't have to make a give it to God song to give it to God. God don't have a radio. He ain't got no iPod. God ain't got a Tidal or Apple Music. So let's stop it. Let's cut this shit out. Gervonta Davis, the aggressive, violent boxer. Okay. The World Boxing Association has stripped him of his WBA lightweight title because he is an abuser. That's what it is. Okay. Gervonta has a history of being a violent person outside of boxing. He's supposed to be violent in the ring. He has a history of being abusive outside of it, okay? He had a warrant out for his arrest because his girlfriend, Courtney Russell, claimed that he committed battery on her, false imprisonment, and kidnapping back in October. And I believe it because, again, the moment we seen him snatch up his girl at that boxing match, I said, oh, yeah, he's crazy. Because most people who are abusive are not abusive in public. You have to be a certain kind of maniac to be abusive publicly. That means you don't think there's any issue if you're at your antics. Because I'm happy at snatches, give back the title. Okay, so he lost. It's over. It's over now. Lamar Odom, okay, was arrested for DUI in Las Vegas. Lamar will probably forever be a recovering addict of drugs, of alcohol. Okay. He spoke out regarding the DUI that he got, taking accountability for his actions and whatnot. Let's see. He said it's a part of the ongoing. It also, every addict, they always say you will always be an addict. You know what I'm saying? You will always be in recovery. And there may be relapses. Okay. He listed a statement saying, I am learning from this experience and remain committed to my continued growth. I worked hard throughout my life, and taking responsibility is an essential part of the process. I am cooperating fully, staying honest, and focused on moving forward with integrity. Thank you. Okay. He denied that the outlet, he denied the outlet that he was under the influence of alcohol or drugs. He was pulled over in Vegas. Let's see. He got a DUI charge. He received citations for driving more than 41 miles per hour over the speed limit. Failing to maintain his lane. So you were drunk. You don't be speeding and swerving if you're not on something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not. Usually, you may swerve once because you looking at that's one swerve, but when you are consistently driving and swerving, something's wrong with you. Okay, and if you're going 41 miles over the speed limit, okay, drinking and drugging. Okay, but to me, Lamar will always have a long road ahead of him because Lamar was on crack. I'm saying Lamar was on the drugs. Lamar damn near died. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like people don't understand that, when you have a lifetime of drug use, it's not so easy to quit. Even if you recover and be clean for a while, it be little slip ups. Okay, get out of Vegas. Go to Oklahoma. Okay, go somewhere. Go to Bali. Go some fucking where. Wiz Khalifa, I just thought it was stupid. This is dumb to me. Wiz Khalifa discovers his fifth great grandfather was the slaves in Alabama. And I read this and I said, did you think that no one in your family was a slave before? It said he discovered his fifth great grandfather, Howard Williamson, was enslaved in Alabama in the 1870s. Oh, you don't say. When I like Wiz Khalifa, I do, but when Amber Rose became who she is now, a Caucasian woman, I was like, what kind of person is Wiz that he was able to be with Amber? And I think about Kanye West and how he is and how he was with Amber. And I'm like, is Wiz Khalifa a weird motherfucker too? You know? And I just never could understand someone saying, I can't believe my family, back in the 1800s was a slave. Most of the time, if you are a Black individual, you will have some ancestor who was enslaved at some point in slavery times. I don't think there's probably not many of us who don't have some kind of connection back to someone being enslaved in some kind of way. And I'm like, maybe he's weird. I think he made this be weird, okay? What's his man's name? Djimon Hounsou, okay? Who I feel like, I thought he was a bigger actor. And I'm like, he really hasn't been in that much stuff. But I wish he was in more, okay? His ex, the mom of his kid, now people thought they meant Kamora Simmons. He has another ex and other kids, okay? I say this, that's weird. But yeah, actor Djimon Hounsou, who again does have the one child with Kamora Simmons, but his other kid's mama, okay, was arrested. Why? Because allegedly she punched him in the face when he tried to kick her out the house. I said, no, what? Not abuse, child. Girl. So it says the former girlfriend was arrested in Atlanta. She assaulted him in the house, okay, per legal documentation. He told police that Riza Simpson, with whom he shares two children, struck him in the face with a closed fist last month after he asked her to leave my house. Okay, because the kid, not the, oh Lord, the kid, don't be an abusive friend of children. Okay, the kid was there, may have heard altercation, and then on my birthday, on January 16th, officers executed an arrest warrant at the same home. Wait, so she beat you up at the house. She was still there. Okay, and the police would come get, girl, look, once you hit me, you gotta go. Okay, once you hit me, you have to go. Now she was charged, it was a misdemeanor charge of civil assault and obstruction for allegedly giving false information to police. The kids are crying. Child, look, again, when it's over, it's over. You should not be fussing and fighting at all. It's stupid, okay? Now, this is a lady. That's the ex. She looked like she punched him in the face. I'm happy he did not punch her back. Look, some people are raised, if you hit me, I will hit you back. Okay, so that's why I'm like, you should never hit someone because they may hit your ass back and knock you out. You know what I'm saying? But again, girl, leave it be. Okay, it ain't worth it. Dick is not worth prison time. Okay, leave it alone, bitch. Erica Mena wants y'all to know she had a boyfriend. Okay, again, so she was in that courthouse. She won that judgment that Safari had to pay, some more money, whatever. And she like, y'all, I got a boyfriend. and we in Dubai. Now, first of all, it's beautiful over there. Okay, oh, no, not Dubai. They're in Egypt. They somewhere in Egypt. I don't know where. Okay, he got tattoos in here, your arms. He working out and stuff. Is he barefoot? No, is he in house shoes? Is it workout shoes? But them walking shoes. I don't know. But to me, again, she's doing content. Why? Because she needs some money. Okay. Now, let me show the white man carrying our bags. Okay. Because why else would I, have a camera if I can't show you the white man carrying my bags? Then they over there by the pyramids, right? Now, I have never been to Egypt. And I don't want to go. It's hot. It's the desert. It's dusty. Okay. I feel like those pyramids are really, really small. I'm not climbing and then getting stuck. No, ma'am. No, sir. I don't want to go to Egypt. However, I feel like no one who's in Egypt should be in plastic leather outfits. It's too hot. It's too high. I don't even do Egypt challenge it. Does Egypt I know sometimes have winter. I know sometimes Google like, bitch, what? It says Egypt has a mild winter from about November to April. So, it's by sunny days and cool nights. Either way it go, girl, what are you wearing? And he and this girl. I'm just like, who? All that jewelry, child, his neck got to be heavy. It's so weird. Look, when I see other people's, footages and footage and pictures or whatever, it does look amazing. It looks amazing, and I would love to see it from everybody else's point of view. But I'm like, what boots? Is those Egypt boots? Are those slave boots? But it's a sweater. And she's in leather. What are you doing? Oh, the girl that does. Okay. I don't understand. But she wants y'all to know I'm here. Okay. And I'm working the things. I'm churning. Is it butter? I don't know. Look at me. Girl, you are not dressed for comfort. And I also don't like it when folk go to places and you're not dressed for the occasion, for the culture, for how things are there. Okay? To me, that means you're not really there to experience it for what it's worth. You want to be a fashion person over there, sweating up and getting just for no day. But anyway, she wants y'all to know she don't need Safari. She got this man right here. Okay, now I don't know that man, but whatever. Y'all, T.I. cut his hair. Look, T.I. said, hold up. Now, first of all, if y'all don't know, before T.I. was on the reality TV shows, I was a huge T.I. rap fan. Okay, I mean, look, cut on a T.I. song, I'm a go up. So I am a rap fan of his. I don't like him personally. He has some issues in his life that he needs to fix. Okay. However, he cut the locks off. Now I felt, because he was saying that, I always felt that I was growing my hair out for some time. And then when it was time for me to go back to rapping, I would cut it. I said, I feel once the picture showed you was, thinning in the middle. Okay. Trying to fade back, the hat tilt back. You can't tilt your hat back with the things on there. Okay. And when I first seen this, I was like, I said, did he cut his hair for real? I thought it was AI. I said, oh, wait a minute. Because to me, faded T.I., you know, rapper T.I. is amazing. He's amazing. His flow, his aura, his performance style is amazing. So I do love him as a rapper. And I'm like, yes, keep your haircut. You don't please. Because you was going to be bald. You know, you was going to be bald. So yeah, he's back. Okay, typically, look. When the music come out, bitch, I'm getting it. I am. Call me what you want, bitch. I'm gonna get it. So kudos to him. Now, okay, quick little love and hip hopness of it all. I don't watch love and hip hop, but I am aware of the Michael Blackson, Rada, Extra Baby thing. Okay. Michael Blackson, who is a black comedian, he is into polygamy, polyamory, multiple women, and he does not want to be monogamous. And Rada knew that from the beginning, as she was one of his women involved in the threesomes and the foursomes or whatever, and she tried to force him to be be monogamous, and the shit backfired. She got pregnant. And they then were on this newest season of Love and Hip Hop Miami. And during the season, while she's pregnant with their child, she found out on the show he also got someone else pregnant. And so this started talking about, hold on.
So, just seeing part of the show last night, it just triggered me again. I came on the show to support my partner. I did not intend to come on the show to get dragged and publicly humiliated.
Girl, the moment you decided to go on a ratchet love and hip hop show with a man who was known for having you and other women, you signed up to be dragged because of who he is. And you were dragged when y'all were on that couple show before on VH1. And folks said then, girl, leave him. You chose to stay. You chose to get pregnant. And I feel like she thought, I'm the main woman, so I'll get more respect. And I'm like, that don't work.
I had no idea. He blindsided me.
Now, she was blindsided with him getting someone else pregnant. But if you know he's fucking other people, a part of sex is pregnancy. So if someone I'm with, I fully know they also have sexual relations with other people, I can't be shell-shocked if he gets someone else. I know he's fucking other people. Now, he should have told me about it. I should have found out when the girl is, 8 months pregnant. But it wasn't as if y'all had this monogamous one-on-one relationship. And I think women, we have to be aware when a man shows you who he is, believe him and use him for what you're going to use him for. But don't play victim to feeling like, well, I didn't think he would do that to me. Why not? He's a whore with a penis.
Instead of coming to me privately and discussing this, he chose to take it to the network. And, I'm learning that you can never protect someone who doesn't want to be protected.
You can't turn a hoe into a house husband. You can't. It just doesn't work. It will never work. Okay, let's do Porsha. Porsha wants y'all to believe that she's a first-time lesbian. This is her first lesbian relationship, and it's so different.
I have some old habits, which is I love out loud, you know, and I am living in my truth and I'm open with where I am in my life, you know, but that doesn't mean you should be dragging someone else into all your wild, crazy world, you know. So especially when it's still
kind of new and you're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
But you do make headlines when you were married to two men and then you date a woman. That's gonna automatically people got questions, Porsha.
They do. And I'm not lying when I say I really thought it was the worst kept secret. But I think seeing me
say you thought it was the worst kept secret.
Yeah, because over the years I have definitely spoken about dating, you know, not dating women, but you know, being with women before.
Yeah.
But dating is different. Dating, Have you never
dated women?
No, I've never.
So before it was like experimental or
exploring.
You know, to say I've never dated a woman, you know, I've never dated a woman, but you fucked one. I feel like, wouldn't you have to have some kind of attraction to a woman to fuck her? Or you just fucking randoms? So while dating someone does take more effort, it does take more time, I feel like, but you should also take your time and get to know you fucking.
Explorational.
Yeah.
I'm just exploring all parts of who I am.
Yeah.
And I know people are like, oh, you know, she shouldn't. Why? This is my life. I have some. Why? This is my life. And,
who cares?
You know, people ask me questions and I am not going to feel ashamed of how I feel or this point in my life. It doesn't mean that anything in my past wasn't real. It just means this is also another part of who I am. It's so funny. People in my comments are like, she's lived 9 lives. And it's so funny because my family, we've said that I have. And I don't think that there's an issue with you reinventing yourself.
Porsha forgets that people don't feel like she's lived 9 lives or that any part of her life was fake or whatever. I think the people's issue is when Porsha dates someone, Porsha becomes that person. And even when you evolve as an individual, as an adult, when you grow within yourself. You grow as your own person. You can't say I'm growing and I'm evolving when all you evolve into is to the carbon copy of who you're dating. You fold into whatever envelope they put you in. And I think that's what people are saying about Porsha. It's not that, oh, she dated men, now she's with a woman. It's like, no, even with each man you dated, you became whoever they were. And now you're dating this lady, and now y'all are similar. So I think, you can grow and evolve and change, but you don't as a person become who you're dating. That's the difference.
I don't think there's an issue with you exploring a different side of who you are. I think in my world, I have been beat down enough for who I am to the point where I don't care what anybody has to say. And so I'm just not going to hide anything. I am going to try to be private moving forward.
Right, about the relationship.
Yeah, details and things like that. But I'm more interested. I thought it was liberating for me to live out loud.
More so than the details of this relationship or any relationship. But I think I don't know. I think it's like kind of inspiring that you don't have fear. It's like you said, you've never dated a woman before. No. The fact that you're freely open to that and then open to letting people see that you're doing that.
Porsha has been popping her coochie for $1 on Bravo for all this time. Porsha isn't shameful or shy about anything. So she's not even shy about eating coochie. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So to me, Porsha trying to make it seem as if, oh, this is so different. This is a whole different side of me that no one's seen before. I'm being open and honest. Girl, didn't you fuck Lola on the trip? So again, Porsha has no issue living out loud. You fucked women before. So this is not this isn't a big surprise. That's why I feel like it's a scheme that ties it up to bring the bullshit.
Interesting.
It wasn't as easy after the aftermath wasn't as easy.
What do you mean?
And the aftermath wasn't as easy. So
people's opinions?
Me being a spontaneous person and, really into someone and wanting to share it. And yes, this is brand new. Porsha is dating a woman. Yes, that is something.
So you think it was harder for folks to digest you dating a woman than you marrying the lady husband? we've known for years you've ate coochie. It wasn't a shock. I don't know how it was harder.
That shocked everyone. And as I was doing it, felt natural to me. It felt like a natural transition. It's my real life. It's how I feel. And I'm really into this person. However, I then just had to kind of really think about what was actually happening. I had to take a step back and say, wow, like, you know, I introduced my family and then it's people.
That's what she does. She meets someone. She likes them. Hey, meet the family. Now we're all one big happy family. And then chaos ensues.
With the labels. And it's like, oh, she's coming out and she's this and this label and that. I'm like, well,
they love a label.
I'm just me. I am just showing and operating in another side of me. So I don't really have that need to want to label anything at all. I just, I made a joke and I'm like, I'm just Porsha sexual. I am just, I'm just Porsha sexual.
Girl, she was also discussing on a more serious note, abuse, depression. She also discussed being sexually abused, and I'm wondering, was she also almost accusing Cordell of it as well? Because at one point she mentioned that
I was just, you know, very alone and isolated as a child. And then I also always dealt with depression throughout the years. And I don't think I truly understood that it was depression until I got, you know, much older. And so when I would feel vulnerable and have no self-worth, and really when my depression showed up, I had zero hope. Like I would actually feel like the world is ending. And then you have someone who's looking at you and tell you you're beautiful or you're this or you're that. Then you are like putty in their hands.
Yeah.
Which is why Porsha, we've seen Porsha in these troubled marriages and relationships, because she's saying, I didn't have any self-worth.
And so I think that was the beginning of, people say people pleasing, but it was just like man pleasing at the time. And I would just do whatever.
You found your worth in your male relationship.
Yeah. And then the abuse would happen, and then that takes so much from you. When you
because they prey on that type of personality, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, most of the time those are narcissists. Yeah. And you know, you find yourself in those relationships. And when I was young, the bad part about it is when I would be abused by someone, I stayed. And I never really understood like how like I think because when my 30s it stopped after my wedding, my first marriage, I never got sexually abused again. I was just abused again in my 30s, 40s, nothing happened.
So she said after my marriage, after my first marriage, it never happened. So I'm like, is she insinuating that Cordell did something? Or was she saying once she got with Cordell and once she got in, because she said after my first marriage, I never was abused again. So I was like, I was trying to pinpoint what she meant by that.
But it happened all through my 20s. And like, why would I stay? Like, what?
Why do you think?
What was missing in me to stay? And I don't know. I think it was just me wanting to be whatever that person wanted, and I just didn't have self-worth. So
did you like when you were going through the depression, what was triggering the depression? Was it abuse?
So I went through depression. I went through depression my whole life. Yeah.
You're so, and really you're so like,
I know.
You're so just a bundle of joy and smiles. And it's just,
those are some of the main ones.
Yeah.
I have, tried to commit suicide like twice. But that's why I really wanted a child. That's why I really wanted and needed Pilar. And that's why I call her my lifesaver, because I knew if I had her, she would be what I would live for, my actual lifesaver. And she was. I have definitely dealt with depression after her, but I really pay attention to the triggers. And when I can feel it coming on, I start to get abused again. I start to move. What do I need to do? What is it?
Don't just let it happen.
No. Because when I lean into it, it's over with. Once I start closing the blinds, turn the phone off, TV's off, it's over with. The devil, your mind is speaking to you, and you will forget that you have a whole life that's abundant. You truly will.
I'm glad that she has recognized her triggers. I'm glad that she recognizes that she has to shut it down when it's happening to her. But a part of me also feels like that's also why Porsha needs to find Porsha and before she's finding these new relationships. Because I'm like, her and Simon had a whole debacle, child, a whole debacle. And I'm like, has Porsha really had enough time to decompress from that before she got with old girl? You know what I'm saying? And if you are still dealing with depression in your life, do you want to kind of maybe focus on you? Because again, she got pregnant with Pilar, was with Dennis. Her and Dennis then broke up. Okay. She got with Simon, that whole debacle. Okay. Then that broke up, and now she with her. So I'm like, I just want Porsha to do better and be better and be healthy mentally, spiritually, physically, and all that good stuff. Okay. Russell Simmons said, bitch, I didn't run. I'm always in the States. Now, Russell was accused of, SA. He left here back in 2018. Now, when someone said, hey, her dad, meaning either Aoki or Mingle's, that is running away from those allegations, but okay, girl. And he said, knock it off. I'm back all the time. I feel like Russell Simmons wants us to believe he be in the States. Okay. I'm blessed to see her daily. Yes, she lives here. Meaning, I think that's probably Aoki. She lives in my house next to our hotel. So I'm like, first of all, just stop talking about all that. But him trying to make anyone feel like he did not run, skip, hop, and jump to Bali, and he never publicly he can't convince me that he did not escape. Okay, he can't convince, because no one leaves the country right when allegations start and then wants us to believe, well, not on vacation. No, you ran. And you stay gone. And even if you do come back, as you say all the time, you be sneaking. Okay? So he gets my fucking nerves. Milagro and Megan Thee Stallion. Now, Milagro still owes Megan all that money. Okay? Megan is also trying to block Milagro from being able to speak on her, I think, for up to 5 years. Megan also filed to get paid, I think, like $70,000 in court fees or whatever, plus $59,000 for the actual charges. It'll also be plus lawyer fees. So there's still more court things going on. And all of Milagro's lawyers quit after she lost the case. The lawyers that she had quit. Okay, so now she has to represent herself. Now they say a lawyer who has a lawyer who is their client, something about if you the lawyer, you a fool. And I believe that. That's what I always say. If you can't afford a lawyer, do not do a crime. Okay, if you can't afford an attorney, don't do anything if you can't get proper representation to help you get it completed, to help you get it done. Okay, so she is not representing herself because she didn't get the money to pay an attorney, or it could be they like, girl, what you ain't no more stuff to do no more. Leave us alone. Okay, pay that lady her money. Okay, Megan keeps winning. Let's do. Oh, did y'all see Will and Jada? They've been gone for a little long time, child. But it's Fashion Week or whatever, and there's a new Louis Vuitton collection that Jada is doing with Louis Vuitton. Okay, and so his mom and daddy was there, and they all black, looking good, might I add. Jada's back with the blonde hair and stuff. It's cute. I like Will's new show. Called Pole to Pole. It's on Disney. It's on Disney Plus and also Hulu. It's a good show. So it's only 7 episodes. It's really, really good. He's going from like the North Pole to the South Pole and all these places in between. Like they're doing it's good. I like it. And what I've grown to like about Will and Jada is I think some people are so fixated on a standard regular marriage, and they've decided, you know what, we not gonna bother with trying to live up to others' expectations. And they're still in, you know, I don't see them as fallen idols. I mean, fallen icons at all. I still love them both. I've read both their books. I think some people's disdain or some people's perception of them is painted by blog posts that are made to make them look different. And I think some people like to watch idols fall. And I think when people start to show, hey, we're not perfect, and these are our imperfections, people like to make them the villain. And I'm like, you know, we know plenty of people who have bad marriages, but who work things out and who live different ways than others. But I'm like, as long as they're not hurting anybody, I don't care. Okay. I'm still waiting for Bad Boys 13. I still love what I like them. I do. Because to me, their personal life doesn't affect me. Who he fuck and who she fuck don't matter. Who I fuck should not matter to y'all. You know, if whatever my relationship status is and whatever foolishness goes on in my household, you know what I'm saying? I'm not hurting anyone. So I think, and that's why I'm private, because sometimes people will find any little inkling of something they don't like and it's, oh, you're a horrible person. So you know, Stallion. Yeah, I'm like, leave it alone. ASAP Rocky was around here talking to, I think he was talking to Ebro. Now, if you recall, you know, Drake has always had a crush on Rihanna. Okay, for years, child. He has always wanted some Rihanna. Okay. We know ASAP Rocky and Rihanna are together. They have 3 kids together, whatever. And there's a little bit of, you know, rockiness between Drake and ASAP Rocky. So Ebro asked him, hey, what's up with you and Drake?
I want to know that I'm kind of asking this as I want to know the inside.
Please do.
Is there really an issue, or is this wrestling where y'all are trolling us and rage baiting people to comment on the internet to promote? Like, is it a real thing or is it just promo?
I think hip hop tactics and beefs is like WWF. It's like wrestling all the way, right? But this thing between us, it's not real smoke, but I just don't f with them. Like,
right.
And sometimes that's all they be. You know, sometimes you don't really have an issue with somebody, but you come to realize, you know what? I don't really fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even much. I don't really fuck with them.
you know what I mean? We was once friends. I feel like it's over females. I feel like he wasn't happy and he expressed that.
Yeah.
And I think at some certain point when everybody getting older and it's just like you're supposed to be moving on, for you to still be picking at a female and all that, that's soft to me.
You know, Drake has, you know, dropped little, you know, innuendos, little comments, little lyrics that, you know, shoot at people here, there, or the other. We know he said stuff that we thought was towards Megan Thee Stallion. We know he said stuff that we think was towards Serena. He said things we think that was towards Rihanna. And so I think ASAP Rocky said, you know, I just don't, you pussy to me.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't put out an album. I ain't put out music for me to really say something back, you know? And I finally did say something back to a few people. You know, it ain't just about one person. I'm talking to whoever feel like I'm talking to them, you know? And I do think that it's petty. And it's like I said, it's enough money, it's enough women, it's enough fame, spotlights to go around. You know what I mean? We not really tripping off nothing, but is it real smoke? It could never be. Right. That ain't smoke. Sure.
Meaning we not even like that for it to be smoke. You know what I'm saying? we not even about that life. You know what I'm saying? However, I also don't fuck with you like that. We used to be cool or whatever. It ain't no beef. But again, I'm older. At this point, ASAP they had 3 kids. I fully believe him and Rihanna probably married or whatever. And to me, Drake is still on the same wavelength of trying to create beef to stream his music or to get attention for his music. And I think some other people have moved past that. And if you don't get, hey, I'm not with that no more. You know what I'm saying? Even case in point, hold on. Fat Joe and Jadakiss has a podcast, and they were discussing J. Cole. You know, J. Cole in the beef or whatever. And look, this is what Fat Joe had to say.
J. Cole, I don't look at him the same. He ain't come outside. Sometimes you tell me, Joe, you want the 100 million, this, that, you got to say the truth. I don't look at him the same. The fucking sword is dull. I don't care what he spit. Because I've been listening to him spitting. I always said he's one of the greatest. And all that is irrelevant to me when you talking all that gangster shit and they call you to the yard and you don't step outside. I can't look at you. That's like you seeing the dude who they always told you, and you always thought he was tough. And you see some other kingpin nigga, some smack his cheek off and the nigga, my bad, and walk off.
I don't think J. Cole has ever came off like a gangster, battle, rapping, argumentative person. I don't even think that's his style.
I'm keeping it a buck with you. That's how I look at
the
the
music,
shit.
man. The music is great.
I don't give a fuck if you lose. I never forget Everlast and Eminem. Everlast definitely knew he couldn't beat Eminem, but he came outside to the yard. He came outside. And so that's just how I look at it. Big up, you said Jake.
I think some people also don't get, bitch, once I'm at peace, I'm at peace. I'm not finna, come and be beefing with niggas because you want me to. No. I've moved past that. I'm not trying to do drama and shit. I don't want to do back and forth shit. Again, most of these artists have been in the game for a couple of years. And so why do you want me to still beef with somebody? It ain't no beef. I'm not gonna be bad. I'm not doing none of that. Fat Joe, shut up. Okay. But again, people don't get it. Be some bullshit. We're gonna do down. Oh no, I gotta do down in 1 second. Christopher Brown. Okay, Christopher Brown. Y'all know Chris Brown has a lawsuit going, right? Chris Brown, and his I think it was his maid. I think it was his maid, who's suing him for Chris's dog allegedly attacking her. Chris Brown is saying, "Hey, judge, okay, I need you to rule to leave out any Rihanna abuse details, conversation out of this case." Now, I fully feel like bringing that Rihanna, the Rihanna abuse thing in the dog mauled me court case don't even make no fucking sense. So Chris wants the judge to put boundaries against the civil trial. Again, the lady is suing for $90 million. I said, $90 million. So Chris wants any references to the past DV case involving his ex-girlfriend Rihanna excluded from jury's consideration. The lawsuit brought on by former housekeepers Patricia and Maria Avila from a 2020 incident in which Maria claimed she was attacked by the dogs at the LA house. Okay, now Chris Brown denies any wrongdoings, maintaining that the prior case is irrelevant. I don't know, and unfairly prejudicial. His legal team argued that mentioning an unrelated incident from more than a decade ago would confuse jurors. And first of all, no one on the jury will not know of the Rihanna situation. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so public. So it's not as if they won't remember it happened. But I also feel like the maid's lawyers should not be able to use what happened between Chris and Rihanna towards Chris in 2020 when Chris's dogs allegedly, attacked the maids. So yeah, Chris hopes the case will stay focused on the dog attack, and that's true. Take the leg. When I said 90 million, that's a lot of moolah. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Look, if it's just a dog bite, I don't understand 90 million. And unless Chris Brown told the dog, sicker. You know what I'm saying? I don't see what the Rihanna case would have to do with it at all. Did y'all kick the dog? Like, why? If you're the housekeeper, the dog should be used to you by now. You come on now, give me $100K. Give me $100K. Okay, what is it over here? Anyway, let's see. Stefon. 2, Stefon. 1, Stefon was in they going to this Sunday. It's like almost Super Bowl time, whatever. So Stefon was speaking on him and Cardi B.
I got to holler at her about one recently, but it's cool though. I just appreciate the support. She's been an amazing supporter of just me and the Patriots. She wasn't a football girl before I converted her over, but I'm just thankful to have her in my corner. She's an amazing woman, and continue to build that relationship. I don't talk too much about my personal life, but she's an amazing woman. I just appreciate her, and hopefully I can build on that, and I guess watch that tree grow. I gotta holler at her about.
What I like is the fact that I like that he's trying to keep their their life out the blog. Like, we know they're together, they dating, we all that. But it's cute to see him be mushy with her and thank her for being a supportive girlfriend. I liked him saying, he hoped that it can grow into a fruit, or what it grow or a fruit, or whatever he said. I know it's weird to me when people like, he ain't shit. He cheating on her. He beating her. And I'm like, I never understand why people speak such negative antics over new relationships. It's always weird to me. I'm like, look, until I see some bullshit afoot that's happening in their currentness or whatever, I can't be like hoping and wishing bad things on a lady and that man. I can't. He seems to be into her now. She seems to be into him. What else I'm gonna do? What else I'm gonna do? We see little glimpses of them, together. They have their son. Again, we know that before that, he got a couple people pregnant. We know Cardi had a baby. I'm saying we know all of that. But I don't understand people who actively be like, oh, he ain't shit. She just dealing with it. Oh, she dumb. I'm like, bitch, what y'all want, girl. Now, also, speaking of, okay, one of the women he knocked up before he got with Cardi. Let's see, the girl, what's her name? What's the girl name? It says Stefon Diggs has one less, because again, the lawsuit of the chef who say he yoked her and choked her, that happens after the Super Bowl. This was the girl saying, hey, he my baby daddy. Her name is Aileen Lepera. Okay, she dropped the paternity and child support case against him. Okay, now we already found out that they took a DNA test and he's the daddy. The baby, does favor him, so I think they kind of knew. It's the eyes for me, the baby. So I think when she first had the baby, he was like, I don't know if it's my baby. So I think he said, I ain't paying shit until we have a DNA test. And to me, if we are not in a committed period, if I have no issue with people wanting to confirm with the daddy. Yeah, please get all the proof. Okay. So when I get this money, when I get this guap, okay, I can get it done. Okay, so I never have an issue with anyone saying, I don't think I'm the daddy. Okay, boom, go to the test. Take the test. Okay. So they do the test, and I believe they confirm he is a daddy or whatever. So it probably makes sense that she dismissed the case, because if he the daddy now, he's probably like, okay, well, here's the child support. I'm the daddy, fine, cool. Ain't no issue. I think when he was not trying to pay her, if he found out he was the daddy, is why she filed the stuff. Okay. But again, she dismissed the case, said the matter has been resolved. Again, she filed the lawsuit back in December 2024. Okay. The baby was born in April of 2024. Okay. Conceived in California, wanted to establish him as the daddy. Okay. And again, I think we've seen pictures of him and the baby anyway. So again, he's wrapping up all lawsuits. He's wrapping up any lingering things before he goes to court for the accusations of the chef who say he yoked her and choked her. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. But yeah, leave that man alone. Offset's owed $1.5 million in tax. That was something that Cardi B brought up that was holding up a divorce. She said that Offset wanted her to pay his tax bills. And she said, hey, hell no. Hell no. Okay. The IRS has released a lien tied to the 2022 tax debt. It was settled on December 26th, 2025. He's paid some of it off. Okay? He's paid the 1.5 tax debt. Now, this is the thing. If you rounded up the money to pay the taxes, cool. Now, get the divorce. Okay? Get the divorce. Okay? I think Offset now probably realized, hey, she's really done with me. She's really over me. Let me pay the little tax fee I owe. Okay? Because she's not going to pay it. And I'm like, please, divorce. Let it be. I'm like, look, sell whatever y'all had jointly in both y'all names. If y'all can't, agree for one or the other to take it, sell it and split the proceeds. Okay. Whatever's in her name, let her keep it. Whatever's in his name, let him keep it and move the fuck on. Okay. But at least he settled one debt. Now please settle the divorce. Okay. Get it done and over with. God, what's left? Okay. I'm tired. I think we just got, is it just Nicki and Dawn? Yeah. Nope, Tamar. Oh, where's Tamar's thing? Tamar is always on TikTok now. Tamar is on TikTok live all the time, every day, every night, and stuff. Okay? Because she wants the monies. And while on TikTok, she discussed quitting the Braxtons show that is on WeCB.
I wanted to address that kind of sort of. It's not that the show is canceled. It's not that people was like, oh, we don't want that show to come back because it didn't do no numbers, because we all know it did a lot of numbers and it always do a lot of numbers. I just don't want to do it anymore, and I'm standing on that. I don't want to do it anymore.
We said a long time ago the show should have never came back.
Not healthy. And I have a lot of other things that's, that is like really showing who I am now.
Like what, Tamar? I ain't seen nothing Tamar recently that showed that she's any different now than she was 10 years prior.
And not who I used to be, the person that you all grew up with. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, that's why everybody's so confused and calling me all of these names, because all you have to go by is who I was 10 years ago.
But you still act like who you were 10 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? Because everything that everybody else has said about me has been a lie, and that has been vindication. Thank you.
Girl, who said that? Girl, who said that?
I don't.
Tamar, again, girl. Tamar wants y'all to believe that she's been vindicated or whatever. It's all a lie. It's like, no. Tamar still actively acts the same way she did 10, 15 years prior. So my thing is this, even, because this is the thing, for you to say, I don't want to do the show because, you know, it makes people think I'm the way I was then. Because that's how you act. That's how you act. And I feel like, one, the show should have never came back. 2, y'all are toxic. And 3, I don't think y'all even like each other. So it would have made no sense for it to come back. I don't think the ratings were probably great for a WeTV show. But the show, and the only reason people watch so hard this season is because we knew there was a fight. And we messy. And we knows it. So again, Tamar wants y'all to believe that she quit the Braxtons. It wasn't canceled. If you say so, girl. If you say so, cool. But girl, bye. Now I want to do the Gerdon. I'm gonna do Karma on them tomorrow. Well, do anybody? I'm gonna do Karma tomorrow. Look tomorrow. Where is it? So Don Lemon.
So people
was in Minnesota. Okay. And he was, you know, he been a journalist.
This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere that is a key location. They don't expect us to come there. And then we disrupt business as usual. So that's what we're about to go do right now.
So I believe Don went to a church where the pastor was like an ICE agent and people were protesting, and Don was there, you know, questioning and being a journalist.
This is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship.
So you can tell there's someone else there because you see another microphone. So it doesn't seem like Don organized this. It seemed like he just covered the story.
But there were folks who will say, I have to take care of my flock. Okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest. Yeah. We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ. I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me though. We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yeah. Okay. That's why we're here. That's what we're about. Do you think Jesus would be understanding we're about and love these folks? We're about spreading the love of Jesus. And did you try to talk to
people? Try to say we love Jesus. We're spreading the word of God. But if the pastor is an ICE agent, like arresting and fucking with people, I'm like, is it a conflict of interest?
No one is willing to talk. Okay. I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building. You don't want us to unless you're here to worship. Unless you're here to worship. I'm always worship. I'm a Christian. We're here to worship. We're here to worship. Okay. Thank you very much. This is unacceptable.
MAGA administration and the fake news MAGAs are losing their mind over something that's not even true. So let me just make it clear, because this assistant attorney general, I don't know, gosh, what's her name? Something Hammett, Joan or whatever. So I have no affiliation to that organization.
Again, I think the organization was the ones who went there to disrupt. Don went there covering the disruption. I think it's his point.
I didn't even know they were going to this church until we followed them there. We were there chronicling protests. Once the protest started in the church, we did an act of journalism, which was report on it and talk to the people who were involved, which included the pastor, members of the church, and members of the organization. That's it. It's called journalism. First Amendment, all that stuff. For all of you people who believe in the First Amendment, absolutist, there you go. So why don't you talk to the actual person who is in charge of the organization and whose idea it was to have the protest at the church with MAGA.
So I think that's the point of realizing Don didn't go there and cause a ruckus. But when you're a journalist, you are supposed to follow the story. And a part of history is the fact that if no one's there to cover the story, you don't know what happened. If no one sees what happened, if no one's following unbiasedly, and is capturing what's happening, then nobody knows what's going on. You know, he was even respectful talking to the pastor. You know what I'm saying? But he can't control the people. So that was what had happened, right? So Nicki of the Minaj, okay, hold on, that's not it. Nicki of the Minaj had posted some. First of all, Nicki's insane. Okay, Nicki posted Don sucking. I said not a sucker, not a cocksucker. I like cock. Anyway, Don sucking lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up. And the Chucky doll. I'm like, bitch, you do know Chucky was a demonic doll that murdered people. You did know that, right? She pulled this. Let me see if I can find all the stuff that she had said. Hold on. She was there reposting things saying Don should be arrested or fired. I'm like, girl, arrest Don Lemon and all this shit. I don't care. The world is watching. I don't care. Nicki Minaj is always on her bully badass shit. So Don replied a couple of times. Hold on.
Nicki Minaj and her response to all of this and the language that she used. I think it's interesting just because Nicki has been over the last couple of months.
I don't want to hear TMZ talking because they be flagging people. But what did Don say? Don, where are you? Talk, Don. We don't care about the white man or the black man. I want to hear from Don.
The choice of
they're talking.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you have to black it out. You should show it to people. She called me Don, C sucker lemon is disgusting. Look, this is what I'll say to Nicki Minaj. I normally don't respond to things like this, but F it. I'm going to do it this time.
Don no longer being on CNN and being controlled or being handled by the conglomerate of network TV or corporate, whatever. Don being rich enough to have his own platform on social media, on YouTube, on TikTok, is the best thing that has happened to newscasting because no one can control him covering shit.
I think Nicki Minaj has made it very clear how she feels about African Americans in this country. I don't think she's one of them, obviously. And she should, under Trump's rules, she should be deported because I don't think, reportedly, that she is a legal citizen here. She is undocumented.
Not an undocumented alien, an immigrant, girl.
And so she has shown her disdain for African Americans.
Nicki Minaj.
Why are you supporting her? Why are you buying her records? She's also supporting, I have lots of gay friends who love Nicki Minaj. Why are you supporting this homophobic, bigoted, ignorant woman? You should not be supporting her. Nicki Minaj, this is clearly out of her depth. She doesn't understand politics. She doesn't understand journalism. And I'm not surprised that she is weighing in on something that is beyond her capacity. What I will say to her is, because she put a doll, I think she put the Chucky doll in there.
Again, an evil, spirit-possessed, murdering doll.
A better symbol that should have been represented in that picture is a pick-me doll, because Nicki Minaj is a pick-me.
Not a pick-me. I mean, look, she do be trying to get picked.
Will do anything that is expedient for her politically. And again, she's ignorant. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's always weighing in on things that she doesn't know about. Nicki Minaj should just sit the fuck down. And by the way, isn't she married to an alleged pedophile? And she has the nerve to say something disparaging about and something homophobic. Why are you supporting her? Maybe that's part of the reason that she is cozying up to the Trump administration for some sort of leniency for her family members. And it's just very transparent. So Nicki Minaj, F off, stop being a homophobic bigot, and get a life and some brains.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know why.
Girl.
Her protesting the death of Renee Nicole Good. She used a homophobic slur towards me in a social media post, several. So she called for me to be in prison. Time and time again, this vile woman shows her true colors. She shows what really animates her. And that is cruelty, it's viciousness, it's insecurity, it's ignorance, is lack of intelligence, it is base level thinking. And she is a very low vibrational person.
Come on, low vibrations. Thank you, Keisha, for the super chat. Woman, Nicki Minaj is a complete insane person. Okay, check her meds. Okay, check her meds.
I don't know if you know about where people vibrate, right? When you see people you're like, why is this person always it seems to be somewhere in the public's mind, right? And it's usually where their vibrational pull is. You can tell where people are. It's always about negativity with her because that's how she stays afloat, right? That's her thing. So someone that I love and I think is really talented, one of the most talented people out there is this woman who really sort of says what I have to say, very similar to what I have to say about Nicki Minaj. Ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate diva who doesn't have to put people down, Miss Mariah Carey.
Bitch.
Can you say 3 nice things about Nicki Minaj?
Can you?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead.
You want me to?
Well, it's your question. I mean,
Well, I know, but I'm asking it to you. Do you want to plead the fifth on that one?
I always felt it was more important with that situation to not plead the fifth, but to just stay above the fray because you don't want to be déclassé. You just want to just move it along.
Okay.
Meaning, don't nobody care about Nicki Minaj. Okay, bitch.
Not on my watch.
Don't ask me about that hoe.
And then I love it when she does it. And she's like, you just want to stay above the fray. You just want to move it along. So, I had been that way, except I don't have the hair. I can't sing like Mariah. I'm not a diva like Mariah, but Mariah, that's a real diva, right? So, stay above the fray. I'm not saying above the fray. I got time today. I have time late. Who were protesting the death of.
I love it. Look, Nicki Minaj has fully shown us her true colors. And, this is when I choose to be like, I don't like you. Like, people who don't like Will and Jada, for what? For what? Don't like Nicki Minaj because she's shown you she not for the people. Okay, when I pick and choose who I don't want to rock with, who I don't want to support anymore, I choose to no longer support people who has actively shown me they're not for me or people who look like me. You know what I'm saying? Nicki Minaj is someone who we should have a disdain for based on her antics, her conversation towards Black people, and the fact that he's showing us, hey, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? So that's who I be like, I used to love them. And now I'm like, bitch, I don't like you. Not today, not ever. Okay? No. Now also, I thought I had one. Did I have Nicki Minaj? I thought I maybe had one other Nicki Minaj thing. Maybe I did not. Anyway, we don't like Nicki. She sucks. And, you know, that's it for the day. Okay, I hope that we had a 2.5 hour tour. Okay, 2.5 hours. I will be back live tomorrow for whatever is going on tomorrow. So tomorrow, y'all know 9 p.m. A good time will be had. Thank y'all for being around here and enjoying time with me. Y'all know, like the video, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe, stay warm, stay safe, and all that good stuff. Go watch any of the videos I have out on my channel, okay, and whatnot. But I gotta go. It's midnight here. It is midnight. But I love y'all. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow, 9 p.m. ish. Bye.